Hello, hello. Today I am going to be talking about fat loss in the kitchen, and you've probably heard the age-old quote, abs are made in the kitchen. And I don't know about you, but that is horrible news for me because it doesn't mean that being in the kitchen is going to give you abs if you're in the kitchen all day long. It means making good choices when it comes to the calories that you're consuming is going to go a long way in helping you get the best results when it comes to fat burning. So if you're anything like me and you love eating and you feel like maybe you've been doing your workouts or maybe you've been trying to eat a little bit better and you haven't been seeing noticeable changes, this video is going to be for you. This video is going to help you have some actionable tricks, tools, and ideas that you can take into your everyday life to help you start seeing changes, okay? So let's get into it. First things first, drink your water. How boring is that? I know. We've all heard it 7 billion times, and yet we all need to hear it again because we forget to drink water, and then we're all of a sudden so thirsty at 7 o'clock at night and we're chugging water and then up all night peeing. So one of my best little tips is to choose the times of day that you are going to have your water. I always make sure I drink a ton of water. I aim for 1 whole liter first thing in the morning. Then during my workouts, I make sure that I drink a full one of these with my little ingredient. We'll talk about that later. And then I always in the afternoon make sure I have another liter before I get to that 5 o'clock mark. So think about the best times of day when you're gonna have water. It's gonna give you more energy. It's gonna make your skin look better. It's gonna make you just have better results with fat loss because our bodies need water, right? So that's that. Number 2 is deciding on what times of day you're going to be eating. Having a regular eating pattern allows your body to kind of adjust and get used to what to expect. And then it can kind of know, okay, most days are the same, so I can probably do with losing a little bit of this weight, especially if you're in a calorie deficit. So I find for me personally, it's much easier to eat a little less than it is to work out a lot more. Because for me, if I work out a ton, I get starving and then I end up overeating. That's why I love low impact, not like more on the shorter end, 15, 30, 45 minute long workouts a few times a week because my hunger is more level. It doesn't spike when I'm doing 1.5 hour long workouts 5 days a week. For me, that makes me starving and I overeat. Overeating is just as easy as overspending. I mean, it's very easy for a lot of us. So I control what times of day I'm eating, and then I can say, okay, I don't count calories, but if I'm gonna eat 4 times a day and I have 400 calorie meals, that's 1,600 calories. Or if I eat 4 times a day, like I can just juggle it around a little bit, right? So that I'm kind of figuring it out. And I have 500 calories at each meal, then that's 2,000 calories. Like I can really kind of plan out a little strategically. And then like if you go out to eat and you see the calories on the menu, you can know like, oh, well, that's 800 calories and I've already eaten this much, so maybe I should choose this, Just having a little bit of an idea about how many times a day you want to eat, how often you're going to be eating, and then you can kind of look at it and think, okay, so if I'm somewhere in the 400 calorie mark, eating 4 times a day, that should be good. And unless you want to go ahead and do the whole calorie counting thing, I'm not the girl to talk to you about that. I've only maybe done that for about 1 month in my entire life. And it was a tough month, I'll tell you, but that's one way that's kind of helping me. Now, another way that I really back up my fat loss is by prioritizing my lean muscle. Lean muscle is what helps our metabolism to stay elevated. When we have lean muscle on our body, not only is it tighter, more toned, more defined, right? But we are stronger, of course, but we also have a naturally faster metabolism because that muscle eats up food throughout the day. It just does. It requires food to maintain your muscles. So one of the best ways I do that is prioritizing protein throughout the day and also drinking my Amino H2O during every single workout. Even on rest days like today, I'm still gonna have my Amino H2O right now because it provides my body with the building blocks of lean muscle tissue, helping to safeguard against losing muscle when you are trying to lose weight, Also helping to prevent that kind of skinny fat where you feel like you lose a lot of weight, but you lose your muscles, so everything is just kind of softer. It's smaller, but like it's softer, which I don't love. I like to keep my curves, and muscle goes a long way in doing that. It also tastes delicious, so it satisfies my sweet tooth, crushes hunger cravings, gives me a ton of energy, endurance, and stamina. My toddler's gonna be waking up in 10 minutes, and I gotta be ready to go for the next 6 hours straight with him. So, I really notice a big difference in my fat loss results and the way that my body looks when I prioritize drinking this religiously. 0 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, gluten-free, non-GMO, vegetarian friendly. I mean, it's got it all in the clinically validated ratio of 2 to 1 to 1 that is proven to help us get the best results possible. All right, let's have a sip. This is the one supplement that I have religiously taken since I was like 20 years old. So we're coming up over 15 years now, okay, taking this, and I completely rely on it. Then the final thing that I want to say when it comes to fat loss is, instead of having a cheat meal or a cheat day or anything like that, I try and have days where I naturally eat a little less and days when I naturally eat a little more. So last night we went out for dinner. I had a full 3-course meal. I had the chocolate torte at the end. I had it all. So that means today I'm not punishing myself. That's not the right word. However, I'm probably not going to have a dessert or sweet treat today because I just had one yesterday, right? It's like that natural ebb and flow of life. For me, I don't feel like I need to say on Fridays I get to have a sweet treat or a dessert. It's going to naturally happen throughout the week. Then when it does, I adjust in the days that follow. That just works for me because we have a very flexible life. Sometimes my husband says, hey, let's pack up and go out for dinner. And then we go out for dinner. It's not like I'm going to be like, oh, I can't go out for dinner because I had a muffin today. Like, no, I'm still going to go and I'm going to enjoy myself and have what I want. But the day that follows and a couple days after, I'm just going to remember, okay, I had a piece of chocolate torte. It was so darn good. That satisfied me. And now I'm just going to eat a little bit cleaner for the next few days. So it doesn't have to be some big, hardcore, complicated, steadfast strategy. You can just flow with your life. Really, in that moment when I was eating that dessert and I was drinking my glass of wine, I really kind of just took a moment to let it sink into my body. Like, really taste the flavors, really enjoy the indulgence and all of that, and let it sink into my brain so that later on today, when I was looking at my son's muffins right here, chocolate chip banana muffins, I was like, probably not going to have one of those muffins today. Instead, I'm going to have a piece of fruit. Instead, I'm going to have my Amino H2O because I remember that I had that delicious chocolate dessert last night, right? Just a little flow. Doesn't need to be anything restrictive or hardcore, just easy, rolling with it. I hope you found this video helpful. I'm going to have lots of great content coming out for you this weekend, and I cannot wait to spend the weekend with you. Have an absolutely great rest of your day. Big hugs, lots of love. Bye-bye.